All right, Facebook. Namaste. God bless. How are all of you? I almost pressed the button and my kid just belched like at the aqua level where like the skylight was rattling. So Tori caught it really good tonight, guys. Happy May Day. It's Wednesday here on America's Mentor. And this will kind of work in relation to what I'm going to talk about tonight. It's National Law Day. Basically what that means is just to reflect on the actual laws, like the Constitution, that kind of thing. You know, we have laws in place that are governed by governments, which have governments to have governments, and to go with other governments and entities. Oh, it's a total shit show, the government, and I'll get to my point on that. But it's just to understand the laws that we have and in compliance to the laws. And I've spent the last 2 days, bags under the eyes, working 7 days straight. The last couple of days trying to be in compliance with the motor vehicle laws. I had to redo my registration, and Victoria can attest to that. I spent the last couple of weeks because now the motor vehicle is basically all E. You can only do you can only do everything online, and you can't like walk in there. And I remember the good old days. God, we used to, when we had to go to motor vehicle, we used to bring like a picnic lunch, literally a blanket, because you'd be in line for like 2 hours. So we just kind of make an encampment there and enjoy the sights and watch our numbers gradually get down. But I had to be in compliant with the motor vehicle re-registration. And I was getting nowhere. Letters, emails, the whole 9 yards. I was finally able to take care of it yesterday by following the avenues leading up to what I had to do, finally. So, but it's National Law Day on the outside, but there's also spiritual laws that we have to follow, that we have to be in compliant with, because this is what kind of helped me and hopefully it'll help you guys, because when you truly understand that we are governed on the inside by the laws that were already in place when we were created in this amazing life that we have, you'll realize that you have to comply with these to get what you want. You can't fiddle around with it. You can't pay like half the price or the registration, this kind of thing. It's got to be full compliance. And to be compliant requires the hardest thing for people to do, to let go. And Kurt and I talked about this last night. We had a great show last night talking about not necessarily the laws, but values and beliefs, which I'm going to post when Kurt uploads that to me, I think tonight. Values and beliefs are in same accordance with what I'm getting at, because when you have to comply with the outside laws, we do, or else you're going to pay a fine. When you don't comply with the spiritual laws, indeed, you pay an eternal fine. In other words, your livelihood, your life, your inner peace. And this is the whole point of America's Mentor. I mean, I can be an inspiration like every other person out there, but no, these are the basic rudiments of the laws that are already set in place that few of us were taught. And once I realized these inner laws, all you have to do is understand them. Your life is going to turn around. Your life is going to change. You're going to start experiencing what you've always wanted to experience. So the poet Rumi, and I featured Rumi here many times here on America's Mentor. Back in the 1200s, literally 1200 years after the life of Christ, this guy was living in Afghanistan. I mean, primal. It's still primitive to this day. But yet this guy came out with a set of rules for life that will help all of us understand who we are. He basically wrote a poem to himself. And it's a great way to live. And I wrote these words to coincide with it. When you stop resisting, you'll start existing. Resisting is not letting what has happened to you ruin you. You're fighting against something that's already been there. You're fighting against the old you every single day. That kind of coincides with values and beliefs. But I'm going to get right to what Rumi said. Rumi, 1207 to 1273. Poet, he started his life in Afghanistan. His life ended when I guess he lived in Turkey later on. But he scripted so much poetry about life in general itself from the most primitive surroundings. Yet this guy knew how to live on the inside. And he wrote a basic set of life rules that hopefully you guys will understand. But I'll start you off with the quote box tonight. He goes, "The entire universe is inside of you. Stop acting so small. You are the universe in ecstatic motion. And that came from Rumi. And that's what started this whole process, because universe, everybody thinks universe is the cosmos. No, we are the cosmos. This is what I'm talking about, inner spiritual laws. We are a spiritual being having a human experience. Remember that. We are a spiritual being having a human experience. Not a human being having a spiritual experience, but a spiritual being. And when you realize you're that spiritual being, you can direct those laws that we can't see to create the karmic life that you want to see. It's really life-changing for a lot of people when they start understanding the true power that they have. That you are the omnipotent God of your own creation. Not to go any blasphemous way here. No, not at all, Meatball, not at all. These are just the laws that are in place that were given to us. This was our gift. And life has given us free will to choose how we want to live that gift every day. Either complying with the laws that are in place, the spiritual laws, or choosing our own path in life. And you can't blame life for your troubles. You can only look in the mirror every day and blame yourself for not realizing that you have the power to change anything. It takes time. It takes persistence. It takes energy. Most importantly, it takes you letting go. Letting go of what has happened to you so you can make happen for you. I'm going to get right to his life lessons. He mentioned, which I love, live boldly in his first part of his writing on that. Live boldly. You have to keep breaking your heart until it opens. This is the hardest lesson for everybody, and I can attest to this because, we're talking about failure. You're having your heart broken in failure. You got to learn from your failures in order to succeed in life. But sadly, we got to learn the hard way in a lot of ways because we're making choices in life that we think are going to work, but don't work out for us. Number 2, make your own path. I'm seeing a lot of this now on Facebook. God bless all of you guys. You guys are stating out there. You're declaring, I am my own being. I am my own self. And you're posting these quotes that are amazing about following your own path. That's because when you follow your own path, you're complying with the law of being yourself. Therefore, you're attracting to yourself. In other words, you're attracting who you are. So if you're that person you've always wanted to be, you can only manifest from that, which is beautiful. This is the way, this is life's living. This is who we are as people. Number 3, let go. Like I said, why do you stay in prison when the door is wide open? Indeed. When something happens to us, the first thing we do is lock ourselves in a friggin' emotional closet. We put the walls up. I've heard that so many times, I'm going to puke. It's just... To experience life, indeed, you have to let the walls down. Is it an easy process? No. But if you truly want something, you have to let go of what has happened to you to allow it to come to you. If you relish in the past, you're only creating more of it. If you relish in the future, you're creating more of that. It's a thought direction that turns into a life direction, hence a spiritual being having a human experience. And I love number 4, listen. Do you hear it? You hear it? Listen. All he's saying is listen. Is the quieter you become, the more you're able to hear. Listen is just what your heart is telling you. It can't speak to you, Meatball. It gives you the feeling of what you need to do in life. It doesn't speak to you personally. Your heart is the most amazing organ. It has its own brain cells in it. It's actually the other brain in your body. Your heart is like your gut feeling. It tells you everything, where to go, how to do it, what to do, how you feel about it. If your heart says yes, indeed. I got that rule. If my heart says go, I'm there. If my heart says no, I'm gone. And when you start living by that rule, is by how you feel about a situation. If it makes you feel right, you're going to be in it. You're not going to lose. It's like your emotional guidance system 101. When you start following your heart, you'll start following your dreams in life. Number 5, rise. Yeah, this is the motivational part of Rumi's little 5-tier questionnaire. Here goes. He said, rise. You've seen my descent. Now watch me rising. He basically is looking at himself when he's writing these, when he's scripting these words. You got to realize every day I mean, I was looking back today at my memories, and I was looking at memories from like 15 years ago on Facebook. I mean, Facebook is awesome. It's a beautiful archive that you can look at and learn from. And when you're looking at where you've been to where you are now, if you're proud of your accomplishments, your evolution, your achievements, there's only more way to go up. You don't lose at this game. But if you look at your memories and you're still in the same position that you were, it's like seeing a therapist for the last 10 years and you're getting nowhere because you keep talking about the same issues over and over again, which remanifest those same kind of scenarios, events, synchronicities, and circumstances. What you talk about is what you bring about. So he's talking about rise. In other words, you rise, you make your victory before the victory. I make my victory every day in my journaling of where I want to go and how proud I am of how far I've come. It's these kind of emotional props that you give to yourself can only bring you forward in life, can only bring you to the next level. And when you guys realize the entire universe, the world of human experience, hence creation and world, is inside of us, along with all these beautiful spiritual laws of abundance, vibration, attraction, all at our disposal to have, be, do, and use however we wish. And the beauty thing is you can't blame life anymore. And when you look in the mirror and you don't see who you are, you can change who you want to be. That sense of emotional transformation will manifest into the physical transformation. I've shown that many times here on America's Mentor. It's all the spiritual and emotional change of perception of yourself. When you guys realize that, when you realize the whole universe is within you, the creation mode, the starting point, the foundation of who you are, all you got to do is focus on what kind of house you want to build every single day. And when you focus on what kind of house, I mean, we do it every day with our hopes and our dreams and our wants and desires. When you gotta, before you can change the outside, you gotta change the inside. The world is not gonna change. It only fits around your narrative, which is beautiful because you change who you are, you change what you attract. Guys, hopefully this helped you out, guys. I am going to head off to show number 2, guys. Get that set up for tomorrow. So America's Mentor _radio on Instagram. Guys, thank you for the Jackson views, man. YouTube especially. I don't know. I've been writing in my journal every day. Thank you for the Jackson views on YouTube. And it's starting to pop up on my YouTube channel, guys. Thank you so much, guys. Follow me, Jerry Maldonado 2, for unique information to help you to your destination, guys. Hopefully this helped. Remember, the entire universe is inside of you. You have this amazing power. Stop acting so small. You are the universe in a static motion. In other words, a vibrational monster. And you can create anything you want, guys. So hopefully this helped, guys. I will talk to you guys soon. Happy May Day. It's still friggin' light out, guys. It's like 85 in here. I'm boiling up, guys. Happy Wednesday to you. I'll talk to you guys soon, man.